Hey everyone, video game lover here, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to talk about, once again, the PlayStation Vita. And let me explain why I decided to do another video related to the Vita. Well, I kind of mentioned this in my live streams, but I only decided to do a full-fledged video about this. It's been 1 year since I've gotten the PlayStation Vita. Feels good in my hands. I love that. But anyway, I got this handheld from my older brother around December 27th or 28th of 2017. And he gave me a few games from his collection. I mean, I think that's all the games he had, because he gave away some of them and he traded them away. But a lot of them are still present on the Vita. So, this was my first Sony handheld. I never had a PSP until 2018 when I got the PSP Go, which I absolutely love. But this thing was my first Sony handheld. And I had a little bit of like mild expectations, because I know there's some people that like the Vita, and I was kind of impressed by it. But man, from the first half of 2018 and now, I play this thing a lot. And what I love about this system is Sony fixed a lot of things that weren't all that good on the PSP. Don't get me wrong, the PSP is a great handheld, but the big problem with the PSP was it didn't have a second analog stick, the D-pad was a little iffy, so Sony really fixed that. For one, the D-pad is amazing. This D-pad is unbelievably good. I kind of know why they didn't went with this type of D-pad for the PS4 controller. That controller is good, but this D-pad is so damn amazing. The analog sticks are incredible on this thing. It feels good in my hand. You got a nice grip, of course, the touchpad. So some games use that. Of course, right here is where you put the game in. See, that's where you put the game in. I mean, it's just awesome. It fits so well in my hands. It's such a comfortable handheld. I just can't stress it. The buttons feel good. Everything about this system feels good. So, a lot of people are probably wondering if there are any issues I have with the Vita. Well, the one issue I do have, it takes a while for it to boot up. Like, you have to hold down the power button and then it boots up. Sometimes it doesn't work, so it kind of scares me. Like, what the hell's going on with my Vita? So I just turned it on. So the reason for that is, and my battery is low, and that might kind of funny because that's the other issue I have with it. The battery life isn't all that good. It's like around 5 hours. So let me put this in sleep mode, hopefully. But, well, let's see. Nope, it's not going to sleep mode. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Here are my Vita games. Some that my older brother gave me, and these two, which I think you already known from my pickup videos, are two games that I've gotten for myself. So, I have played a lot of Vita games. I know some will think I didn't, but trust me, I have. So, there's so many games that are on my PlayStation Vita. So, let's start off with the physical games first. Let's start off with a game that took me by surprise, and this is my favorite Vita game. And I've said this numerous of times, I cannot stop talking about this game, but it's Killzone Mercenary. This game proves that first-person shooters work very well on handhelds. This game is so damn good on the Vita. It kind of chugs a little bit, but not all that much. It's steady 30 frames per second. I know that doesn't sound too playable, but trust me, it's playable for a handheld. I mean, it plays great. It looks amazing for the Vita, and it's definitely one of really good Killzone games. I just want to point out, I'm not a Killzone fan, so I didn't know what to think of this one, but this game was really, really good. I really enjoyed this game a lot. It's definitely one of my favorite Vita games out there. So if you have a Vita, I highly recommend this game a lot. We have Sly Cooper, Thieves of Time. This was also released on the PS3, so you have that. is what it is. But this was a pretty cool port, and there's the cartridge, as you can see. The reason I didn't show Killzone is I actually have Earth Defense Force 2, but Sly Cooper D's the Time plays really good on the Vita. It was a really good game. I enjoyed Sly Cooper D's the Time. The only disappointment I had was some of the boss fights were a little weak. But other than that, this was a pretty good platformer. I love Sly Cooper, especially 2. That's my favorite. But this one was pretty good for the Vita. And really nice to have on the Vita. Now this, unfortunately, I can't talk much. And I've already mentioned it. Tales of Hearts R. Now the good news I heard about this game, you don't have to play the Tales game to understand what's going on. This is an action RPG, and I heard a lot of good things about, so I'm looking forward to playing this probably in a few months or something. And The Walking Dead, which unfortunately, once again, I haven't gotten around to, but I heard this game is also really good on the Vita, and really good. So now to the 2 games I have played, that I've owned. We have recently the Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend. This game is really good. If you know, Blaze Blue is an awesome 2D fighting game, and this game plays amazingly on the Vita. It uses the amazing D-pad, so that's really awesome. And of course, perhaps the reason why so many people have the PlayStation Vita to begin with, this is an absolute must-have. As you know, I love Persona 5, so this is a no-brainer to own Persona 4 Golden. This is a remake of Persona 4 and makes it even better. This is such an amazing game. So, highly recommend it. This is the one game everyone who has a Vita has to get this game. It's amazing. So, on to the other stuff I have on my Vita. So, let's get right into it. We have Steam World. We have, we have Muramasa Rebirth, which, that's a digital, by the way. We have Mutant Mudds, Tearaway, that's an awesome platformer. That's a really good platformer right there. We have Earth Defense Force 2017 Portable. That's a really good game. I really enjoyed Earth Defense Force a lot. Let's step it down. We got Earth Defense Force 2 up there. That's an okay game. Now, this was technically my first Vita game. And it's not really a Vita game, it's a PSP game. God of War Ghost of Sparta. I actually recently just finished it again. I love Ghost of Sparta a lot. That's a really good game. Of course, Dragon's Crown. This game plays very good on the Vita. It's a really good version of the game on the Vita. Rayman Origins, I'm not sure is that the full version or is that a demo. There goes Blaze Blue, I'm not sure you can see that. Persona 4 Golden right there. And right in this corner is Resogun, which that's another good game. That was a really fun game. And that's it for my Vita. I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss any other games. But nope, that's it. But yeah, I definitely played a lot of games on the Vita. Dragon's Crown, Resogun, Ghost of Sparta, Earth Defense Force 2017, Tearaway. I mean, I was just racking up with the Vita for like the first couple of months. I was just playing the Vita so much. And another amazing thing about the Vita is the screen. Now, this is the first model. There are 2 different models. The other model has just a regular screen. This is an OLED screen. Very expensive screen. And looks phenomenal. This is a very good handheld. And just like the PSP, you can hack it, but I heard it's pretty difficult at times. It can really drive you insane. And just like the PSP, you can also play PS1 games and PSP games on this thing as well. Oop, actually I hit the light. So, it's been 1 year, and I absolutely love the Vita. And I'm looking forward to digging deep with the Vita even more. And hopefully, I can find even more Vita games. And if there's more Vita games, I will check them out. One in particular I'm trying to find is Uncharted Golden Abyss. I know a lot of people say that's kind of the dark horse of Uncharted, but I really want to check this out. But this handheld amazes me. This is such an excellent handheld, and one I highly recommend if you could see one. So anyway, guys, just want to give you my thoughts on the PlayStation Vita. This is Video Game Lover 58, and PlayStation Vita for life. Peace!